Okay, so graph of inverse trigonometric functions are done now. Okay, we have graph of sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse. Out of these 6 inverse trigonometric function, sine inverse, tan inverse and cosec inverse, these 3 inverse trigonometric function has range from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Which one? Sine inverse, tan inverse and cosec inverse. And remaining 3, cos inverse, sec inverse and cot inverse, has the range from 0 to pi. Okay na, range it means all possible value of these function. It means put any value of x, doesn't matter, but value of sine inverse always lies from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Okay, and also we have domain for sine inverse and cos inverse x, domain is minus 1 to plus 1. It means you can't put any value of x outside this interval. Domain of tan inverse and cot inverse is r, you can put any value, doesn't matter. Domain of sec inverse and cosec inverse is minus infinity to minus 1, after that 1 to infinity. Okay, so these things are done now. Okay, now write a question. Find domain of following. First one, sine inverse 2x square minus 1. Okay, domain it means all possible value of x. So just apply the condition. Here we have sine inverse, suppose y equals to sine inverse. Okay, and we know that sine inverse is only defined for minus 1 to plus 1. Domain of sine inverse is minus 1 to plus 1. It means this value, you want not domain, it means value of x such that this function is defined, and sine inverse x is defined only for minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, it means this x can take only values from minus 1 to plus 1. So just apply the condition. So this is defined if 2x square minus 1 can take value from minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, now what do you want? Domain. Domain it means all possible value of x. Now solve this one and find the value of x. Okay, there is no any other condition now, there is only one function sine inverse, and for sine inverse this is the only condition, that this must be from minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, now I want value of x. So here we have minus 1, so add 1. If you are adding 1 in this one, then what we are getting? 0. If you are adding 1, then 2x square. If you are adding 1, then 2. Okay. Now what do you want? Value of x. Now here we have 2x square. Divide with 2. If you divide with 2, 0. Divide with 2, x square, 1. Now I want value of x such that x square from 0 to 1. 0 to 1, it means, can I say that minus 1 to plus 1? Value of x. X square is greater than equals to 0. That is always greater than equals to 0. Okay na? See. If you want complete method, easily after this one I can write that x can take value from minus 1 to plus 1. If you take any value from minus 1 to plus 1, then square is always greater than equals to 0 but less than equals to 1. Okay, but also if you want complete process, then see, anytime if you want an inequality in this form, a less than equals to b less than equals to c, then break this one. Okay, so this one must be satisfied, 0 greater than less than equals to x square, and this one must be satisfied. Both must be satisfied na. X square is less than equals to 1. Okay, now x square is always greater than equals to 0. So from this one what we are getting? X belongs to R. X can take any value. Okay, and means intersection. Solve both on, and after that take common part. Okay, x square less than equals to 1. X square minus 1 equals to less than equals to 0. If you take 1 at this side minus 1, then factorize x minus 1, x plus 1. Okay, less than equals to 0. If you put this one equals to 0, 1, this one equals to 0, minus 1, plus minus plus. Okay, less than equals to 0. So we have to take the with the negative sign. Okay, so x belongs to minus 1 to plus 1. Now take intersection of this one. So answer is x belongs to minus 1 to plus 1, because this is x belongs to R na. He is saying that take any value. I didn't have any problem, but he is saying that x only can take value from minus 1 to plus 1. So he is right now. Okay, so answer is minus 1 to plus 1. This is the domain. Okay, now next one, sec inverse x square plus 3x plus 1. Okay, y equals to sec inverse. Now I want domain of this one. Domain of this one, it means value of x. Now apply the condition for sec inverse. we know that sec inverse x, domain of sec inverse x is minus infinity to minus 1, after that 1 to infinity. Okay, it means it can't take any value, it can't take any value from minus 1 to plus 1. Okay na, any value between minus 1 and plus 1. So if you apply the condition sec inverse x, sec inverse x for this one, domain is minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. It means domain, it means value of x. Okay, it means x is either less than equals to minus 1 or x is greater than equals to 1. This is the, okay na. So here if I apply the condition, sec inverse is only defined for minus infinity to minus 1, after that 1 to infinity. So x square plus 3x plus 1, either this one must be less than equals to minus 1 or x square plus 3x plus 1 is greater than equals to 1. Okay na. If this one is less than minus 1, then also no problem, sec inverse is defined. Okay, or if this one is greater than equals to 1, then also sec inverse is defined, but it can't take the value from minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, between these two. Now solve this one. Or means union. Okay, if you solve this one, 1 minus 1 at this side plus 1, then what we are getting, x square plus 3x plus 2 less than equals to 0, and from this one x square plus 3x 1 cancel out, greater than equals to 0. If you factorize, then x into x plus 3 greater than equals to 0. If you put this one equals to 0, we are getting 0. If you put this one equals to 0, we are getting minus 3 plus minus plus. Okay, greater than equals to 0, so take with positive sign. Positive sign, then what we are getting, x from minus infinity to minus 3. Minus 3, can I include minus 3? Obviously here we are equals to now union 0 to infinity. Okay, any problem? No, thank you. Similarly solve this one. If you solve this one, what you are getting, factorization x plus 1 x plus 2, obviously x plus 1 x plus 2 less than equals to 0. Again indicate on number line, this is equals to 0, then minus 1, this is equals to 0, then minus 2. So minus 2 minus 1 plus minus plus. Okay, less than equals to 0, so with a negative sign. So x belongs to minus 2 to minus 1. Can I include both? Obviously, because there is equal to. Okay, now here we are or it means union. So final answer is, so final answer is x belongs to first minus infinity to minus 3. Okay, after that minus 2 to minus 1 with a union, and after that 0 to infinity. Okay na? Okay, okay. सिंपल है. ओके, कैन आई रफ मैं कर देता. सो फॉर डोमेन जस्ट अप्लाई द कंडीशन फॉर द फंक्शन ना. ओके, डोमेन वैल्यू ऑफ एक्स. नाउ नेक्स्ट सेकेंड वन इज डन ना. थर्ड वन, y इक्वल्स टू cos इनवर्स एक्स स्क्वायर बाई एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 1. ओके, now we want domain of this one. Again same thing, just apply the condition. We know that cos inverse also has the domain minus 1 to plus 1. It means you can take only those value of x such that this lies between minus 1 and plus 1. So just apply the condition. X square by x square plus 1 must be belongs to minus 1 to plus 1. We can't take those value of x such that this is not in this interval minus 1 to plus 1. Okay na? Because when this is the out of this interval, then cos inverse is not defined. Okay, simple. Now again we have to solve both. If you are solving this one, what we are getting, minus 1 less than equals to x square by x square plus 1. And if you are solving this one, we have to satisfy both. So this one and this one, this must be greater than equals to minus 1 and also less than equals to 1. So and na, and means intersection. Solve this one, then take intersection of both. And means intersection, or means union. Okay, thank you. So x square by x square plus 1 less than equals to 1. How to solve this one? 1 minute. Can I multiply with x square plus 1? Obviously. Because why? Because x square plus 1 is greater than x square plus 1 is greater than na. Okay, so multiply. But 1 minute, why we are doing this one? This is always positive na. x square plus 1, positive positive, so this value is always positive. Okay, now take any positive value is always greater than equals to minus 1 na, always greater than minus 1. What we want value of x so that this one is greater than equals to minus 1, but this one is positive na, and positive is always greater than 0, greater than equals to 0. Okay, so can I say that this one is positive, complete value is positive. If this one is positive, then this is satisfied now. So x belongs to R at this side, there is no need to solve. If you solve, then also you will get same thing. See, I am multiplying x square minus 1 at this side, then minus x square minus 1 less than equals to x square. Take this one at this side, what we are getting? Minus 1 and 2x square, then what we are getting? X square greater than equals to minus 1 by 2. Obviously square is always greater than equals to 0, so again x belongs to R, so there is no need to solve this one. Okay, now we have to solve this one. Can I multiply x square plus 1 at this side? You can multiply. If you know the sign, then you can multiply. If this is positive, then sign of inequality remains same. If this one is negative, then sign of inequality we have to change. Okay, but at this time positive. If you didn't know the sign of this one, then you can't multiply, but at this time we know now that x square plus 1 is always positive, so multiply. Then x square less than equals to x square plus 1, x square cancel out, 0 less than equals to 1. Now check, this is always true, 0 is always less than equals to 1 now, so it means this is also x belongs to R. Okay, so take intersection of both. If you take intersection of both, R, intersection of R is again R. Okay, so x belongs to R. It means put any value, doesn't matter. Put any value of x from minus infinity to plus infinity. This one is always lies between minus 1 to plus 1. Obviously, actually this one is always lies between 0 and 1. How can I say? X square plus 1. Both are positive. X square is less than this one na. This one is greater than to this one. So if you divide any number with greater value, then value is less than 1, obviously. But positive, so greater than 0. Okay, so x belongs to R. Now fourth one. Okay, fourth one also I am taking. That is y equals to tan inverse root over x square minus 1. Okay, now we have two things. One is tan inverse, other is root. Apply the condition for both. 1 minute. Domain of tan inverse is minus infinity to plus infinity. Tan inverse saying that I have no problem, put any value of x. Okay, because for tan inverse domain is minus infinity to plus infinity na, so because of tan inverse there is no condition. If there is sine inverse, then I can say that this must be from minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, but tan inverse can accept any value from minus infinity to plus infinity. Domain of tan inverse is equal to range of tan, and range of tan is minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, done now. So again, tan inverse, domain of tan inverse R. So there is no problem with respect to this one. Okay, now next thing is root, but for root we have problem. Root is only defined for greater than equals to 0. If value become negative, then root is not defined, because root of negative value is imaginary number. Okay, so what is the condition? Condition because of this root, x square minus 1 must be greater than 0. Can I take equals to 0? Obviously, if you take equals to 0, then x square root of 0 is 0, tan inverse 0 is defined. Okay, so again factorize x minus 1, x plus 1 greater than equals to 0. Put this one equals to 0, then what we are getting 1. Put this one equals to 0, what we are getting minus 1. Okay, then plus minus plus greater than equals to 0, so with positive sign, minus infinity to minus 1, after that 1 to infinity. Okay now, so x belongs to minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Okay, clear? Okay, next, again domain. Fourth one is done now. Fifth one, y equals to sine inverse root over x square plus x plus 1. Now, okay, now there is sine inverse. In previous question we have tan inverse, now we have sine inverse. Now for sine inverse we have condition. Okay na, sine inverse only defined from minus 1 to plus 1, only defined from minus 1 to plus 1, but one thing is clear, root can't be negative. Okay, so this must be 0 to 1, obviously na. So remember, Sine inverse is only defined for minus 1 to plus 1. So, it can't be greater than 1 and can't be less than minus 1. But obviously, this can't be less than minus 1 because root can't be negative. Okay. So, this can't be less greater than 1. Okay. And when this equals to 1? When this one is equals to 1, then this become 1 now. Okay. So, I am just applying the condition. See, x square plus x plus 1 must be greater than equals to 0. Greater than equals to 0 because of root. If this one is greater than equals to 0, then only root is defined now. Okay. I have to apply the all conditions such that function is defined. Okay. So, greater than equals to 0 because of this root. Okay. This one is must be greater than equals to 0, but can't be greater than 1. Because if this one is greater than 1, then root of this one is also greater than 1. Then sine inverse is not defined. Because sine inverse is defined only for minus 1 to plus 1. So, this total value can't be greater than 1. Then this also can't be greater than 1. So, must be less than equals to 1. If equals to 1, then also no problem. If this equals to 1, then root 1 is 1, sine inverse 1 is pi by 2, no problem. Okay. Now, solve this one. Again, we have to solve both. This one is 0 less than equals to x square plus x plus 1, and this one is x square plus x plus 1 less than equals to 1. 1 cancel out. Then x square plus x less than equals to 0, x common, then x plus 1 less than equals to 0. Put this one equals to 0, 0. Put this one equals to 0, minus 1, plus minus plus. Okay. Okay. Less than equals to 0. So, with the negative sign, x belongs to minus 1 to 0. Okay, equal to, so including both. Now here what we are getting? We are getting x square plus x plus 1 greater than equals to 0. But obviously, this one is always greater than equals to 0. You can't factorize this one. D is less than 0. Here x belongs to R. Why? D is b square 1 minus 4ac. Okay, minus 3, that is less than 0. Okay, D is less than 0. If D is less than 0, it means no root. No root for this one. No root for this one, it means either completely above the x-axis or completely below the x-axis. Okay, na? This value x square plus x plus 1 quadratic polynomial. Okay, here D is less than 0. D is less than 0, it means no root. If there is no root, then we have only two options. Either graph is like this one or graph is like this one. You can't intersect the x-axis now, because if you are touching or intersecting x-axis, then we have root. But at this time negative now, so no root. Okay. You will get this curve when coefficient of x square is positive, and you will get this one when coefficient of x square is negative. At this time positive na, it means this one. Okay, so you can't take this one. So D is less than 0, no root, it means completely above the x-axis. Now see, put any value of x, this is always greater than 0 na. Obviously completely above, so greater than equals to 0. So x belongs to R, put any value of x, no problem. This become always positive. Okay, now take intersection of these two. This is R, minus 1 to 0. So obviously this is the intersection. Okay na? So answer is x belongs to minus 1 comma 0. Okay, none. Can I rough? Now last 4 domain. Actually these domain and previous domain questions are same na. Just I am including the inverse trigonometric function. This is the only difference. Okay. Okay, last see, y equals to root over x plus 3 whole square, x square minus 7x plus 10 into e power sine x by 2x minus 1 and x plus 1. Okay, this is not sine, this is sine inverse x. Now again you want domain for this one. Simple. Here we have root. So domain, it means all the possible value of x such that function is defined. So root is only defined if this one is greater than equals to 0. So apply the condition. X plus 3 whole square, x square minus 7x plus 10 e power sine inverse x by 2x minus 1 and x plus 1 must be greater than equals to 0. But 1 minute, in this one also we have e power sine inverse x, it means sine inverse x is there na. If sine inverse x is there, then complete function will be defined if this one is also defined. this one also must be defined now, and we know that e power sine inverse x is defined. If sine inverse x is defined and sine inverse x is defined only for -1 to +1, there is a sine inverse x, so you can't take any value of x which is not in domain of sine inverse x. Okay, suppose, can you take x equals to 2? Suppose for x equals to 2, this value is positive. Okay, but when we are putting 2, then here I am getting sine inverse 2. Sine inverse 2 is not defined. For sine inverse, we have value only from -1 to +1. Now, how can I put x equals to 2? Okay, so this must be satisfied. There is a sine inverse x, and sine inverse x is defined only for -1 to +1. So, x must be -1 to +1. Or I can say that x belongs to -1 to +1, same thing, this one or previous. Okay, here we have end, it means this one and this one. So, at the end we have to take intersection. Okay, now see, now solve this one. X plus 3 whole square, factorize. Product, what do you want? 10, and sum, what do you want? -7. So, -2 and -5. So, I am writing x minus 2, x minus 5. If you multiply, you will get same thing. Okay, into e power sine inverse x, 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1 and x plus 1, okay, greater than equals to 0. Now all factorization is done now. Now remember one thing, e power sine inverse x is always positive. Exponential function na, e power is always positive. You can also divide this one to 0, no problem. Okay, but if you are putting this one at there, then also no problem. Just now see, put this one equals to 0, what we are getting? -3, from this one 2, from this one 5, from this one 1/2, from this one -1, indicate them on a number line. So, first one list is -3, after that -1, okay, after that 1/2, after that 2, after that 5, okay. If you put this one equals to 0, this can't be equals to 0, because e power something is always positive, okay. So, I can't put this one equals to 0 now, because this can't be equals to 0. Now, if you put any value of x greater than 5, then this one is positive. Okay, actually you can't take these value of x, but I am taking, okay, no problem. So, positive 5 because of this one power is odd, so change the sign, minus 2 because of this one power is odd, change the sign, 1/2 because of this one power is odd, change the sign, -1 because of this one power is odd, change the sign, okay, -3 because of this one power is even, sign remains same, okay. Okay, now answer greater than equals to 0, so with positive sign, but also now there is condition that x from -1 to +1, so can I consider directly the answer? Okay, see, -1 to +1, it means you can't take any x which is less than -1, okay, these are not useful. And also higher value of x is only +1, here we have 1/2, suppose between 1/2 and 2, here we have 1, okay. So, you can take only x from -1 to +1, so just take between this one, what do you want? Greater than equals to 0, there is no need to see this one and this section, okay. So, greater than equals to 0, so we want with plus sign, -1 to up to 1/2, this one with the negative sign, so we can't take, okay. 1/2 to 1, yeah, this one with positive sign, so x belongs to 1/2 to 1, okay. Can I include 1/2? Obviously. 1 minute, I have to check. If I put 1/2, then this becomes 0, denominator becomes 0. If denominator becomes 0, total becomes infinity. We can't take any value of x such that denominator becomes 0, so 1/2 can't be included, open interval. What about 1? 1, there is no problem, this is not equals to 0 or infinity na, and 1 is included in this one, so 1 you can include. And also 1 minute, check for this point, this -1 is also in this interval na, okay, so I have to check, so check for -1. If you put -1, then denominator becomes 0, then we can't take, okay na. Suppose if x plus 1 in numerator, then I can take -1, because if numerator is 0, then total value is 0, 0 greater than equals to 0 satisfying, but you can't take those value of x such that denominator becomes 0, okay. So, I am not taking -1, okay. But you may think that why we are not taking 5, because for 5 numerator is 0, so 0 satisfied. But you can't take now, because there x only from -1 to +1. How can you take 5? Okay, I am checking for -1 because of this one, because -1 is included in this one. Okay, this is the answer. Done. Write down. Can I have? मैं कर देता. Okay. Now the next. Okay, now we will take some questions for range, then we will take properties. Okay, properties of inverse trigonometric function. And remember, properties are important. So find range. First one, y equals to cos inverse greatest integer of x square minus x. Greatest integer of x square minus x. Now find the range of this one. Range, it means all possible value of y. Okay, but 1 minute, there is a greatest integer function. Okay, and also we have cos inverse, and we know that cos inverse is only defined for values -1 to +1. Okay, and also this one is always integer, so I have to check that this can take what type of integer this one can take. Okay, so see, first can I write y equals to cos inverse this one by making a square, x minus 1/2 whole square. Actually first I am finding range of this one, because for range inside to outside and for domain outside to inside, this is the general way now. Okay, so x square then x minus then minus half of the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is 1, half of this one is 1/2. 1/2 square, then x square minus 2ab is x plus b square is 1/4. There is no 1/4, so minus 1/4. Okay, if you solve this one, you will get this one. Okay, here this one is GIF, greatest integer function. Okay, now okay, now see, now I can find. See, can I say that x minus 1/2 whole square minus 1/4. First, can you find all possible value of this one? What are range? So I am starting from inside to outside. This is equals to x square minus x. First I am finding all possible value of this one. Okay, so can you find minimum value of this one? Minus 1/4. This will be minimum when this becomes 0. Total minimum value of this one. This will be minimum. You can't change this one. You can only put value of x in this one. Now, okay, so complete will be minimum when this one is minimum, and minimum value of square is 0 when x equals to 1/2. Okay, so 0 minus 1/4 is minus 1/4. So minimum value of this one is minus 1/4, including or excluding? Included, because put 1/2. If you put 1/2, 1/2 minus 1/2 0. Okay, minus 1/4 we are getting minus 1/4. Okay, comma. Now what is the maximum value of this one? This will be maximum when this one is maximum, and maximum value of square of anything is infinity. Infinity minus 1/4 is again infinity. Okay, so maximum value is infinity, but you can't include infinity anyhow. Okay, we can't include infinity. So this is the value of x square minus x, but you want value of greatest integer of this one. Okay, so take greatest integer. Now one thing is clear, you can't write greatest integer of this one as in this interval form. No, because in this interval form it means this one including all the values between a and b, but actually this can take only integer value. This can't be, suppose na, this can't be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Greatest integer can take values like 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, like this one, not pointed value now. Okay, so you can't write this one in interval form. Okay na, then write in set form. Okay, like this one, set. Okay na, remember, actually if you are writing, suppose if you are writing 1, 3, okay, it means in this one we have infinite values, all the values from 1 to up to 3. 1 we have 1.00001 is also in this one, 1.0002 is also there, 1.1, 1.15. okay, all these value, 1.999, okay, 2.2, all these value. Okay, but if you are writing in set form 1, 3, it means there is only two value, first one is 1 and other is 3. Okay, in this one we have infinite value, but in this one we have only 2 value. So anytime na, if your countable value like this one, then 2, then 3, then you can write in set form, you can't write in this form. Okay, so see, so first value of this one is minus 1 by 4. Now suppose, actually I want starting integer and end integer, then we have to take continuously. When this one is equals to minus 1 by 4, can you find the greatest integer of minus 1 by 4? Minus 1. Minus 1 by 4, it means minus 0.25, na? This is not an integer, so just least integer to this one is minus 1. Okay, na? So when this one is minus 1 by 4, then what we are getting? Greatest integer value is minus 1. Okay. When this one is more than minus 1 by 4, like this one, minus 0.2, then also greatest integer is minus 1. Minus 0.001, also greatest integer is minus 1. Okay, so there is no need to again write minus 1, na? Okay, so minimum greatest integer is minus 1. Now this can take all value from minus 1 by 4 to infinity. So minus, when this lies from minus 1 by 4 to 0, then greatest integer is minus 1. After that, when this can take the value 0 to 1, 0 to 1, this can take value from 0 to 1, no? Then greatest integer is 0, then value of this one is 0. When this take the value 1 to 2, then greatest integer is 1. Okay, 2, 3. So these are the all possible value of this one. Just find the minimum integer and then take in continuously. Okay, so this can take these values. Now actually what you want? Range. Range, it means all possible value of x. Okay, so for this one we have these value. Now put value. First, when we want all possible value of y, na, when greatest integer of this is equals to this one, na, x square minus x is equals to minus 1, and this one taking minus 1. In that case, y is equals to cos inverse. These are the all possible value of this one. Okay, so when this is taking minus 1, then cos inverse minus 1. Cos inverse minus 1. Cos inverse minus 1 is pi. Cos inverse minus 1 is pi. Okay. Now when greatest integer of x square minus x, you can't write minus 0.5. This is always integer. Okay. After minus 1, what we have? 0. Then value of y is cos inverse. Put value of this one at here. Cos inverse 0 is pi by 2, because cos pi by 2 is 0. Cos inverse minus 1 is pi, because cos pi is minus 1. Cos inverse 0 equals to pi by 2, because cos pi by 2 is equals to 0. Okay. And x square minus x is equals to 1. Next value, na? If this is equals to 1, then put 1. Then cos inverse 1. Cos inverse 1 is 0. Okay. Now when this one is equals to 2, when y equals to cos inverse, value of this one is 2. But 1 minute, how can I put 2? Cos inverse can take value from minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, and these are from minus 1 to plus 1, but this is not defined now. Okay, not defined. Okay, now you can't check for any other value, because these all are outside minus 1 to plus 1, but domain of cos inverse is only from minus 1 to plus 1. So you can't take any integer which is outside minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, it means these, for these all value of this greatest integer, cos inverse is not defined. So it means these three are the possible value of y. So range is equals to pi by 2, 0. Okay, write in any order, doesn't matter. Okay, so this is the range, all possible value of y. Okay, it means in the range of this function we have only 3 elements. Either this is equals to pi or pi by 2 or 0. There is no any other. Can I write down? Okay, now next one. y equals to e power cos inverse x. Okay, y equals to e power cos inverse x, where x belongs to minus 1 by root 2 to plus 1 by root 2. Again you want same range. Okay, so for range, inside to outside, for domain, outside to inside. Okay, so see, now I can find, see, here it is given that for x interval is given na minus 1 by root 2, okay, close interval, so including 2 plus 1 by root 2, x can take these value. What do you want? E power cos inverse. So here I have x, then I have to take cos inverse, but 1 minute, check, x is defined, cos inverse is defined for these value na, yeah, cos inverse is defined for minus 1 to plus 1, and this interval is lies in between minus 1 and plus 1. Okay, then take cos inverse. If you are taking cos inverse, what we are getting? Cos inverse minus 1 by root 2. Also I am taking cos inverse x, cos inverse 1 by root 2. Okay, now check one thing. Here cos inverse, I have to check, I have to decide now that I have to change the sign of inequality or remain same. Okay, cos inverse is decreasing function, obviously now yesterday. Cos inverse is decreasing function, so change the sign of inequality. Okay, change the sign of inequality. Now cos inverse minus 1 by root 2 is value of theta such that cos become minus 1 by root 2. Okay, from 0 to pi, because cos inverse, range of cos inverse is 0 to pi. So find any angle between 0 to pi such that cos theta is equals to minus 1 by root 2. Simple. Cos theta equals to 1 by root 2 at pi by 4. Okay, but you want minus 1 by root 2, in second quadrant you will get. Okay, so here we have pi and pi minus pi by 4. So what we are getting? Pi minus pi by 4, 3 pi by 4. This is done in 11th now. Okay, so value of this one is 3 pi by 4. Cos inverse x, cos inverse 1 by root 2 is pi by 4. Cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, so cos inverse 1 by root 2 is pi by 4. Cos 3 pi by 4 is minus 1 by root 2, so cos inverse minus 1 by root 2 is equals to 3 pi by 4. Okay, now take e power. Have we doesn't want value of cos inverse, we want value of e power cos inverse. Okay, so take e power. If you take e power in all side, then e power 3 pi by 4, e power cos inverse x, and e power pi by 4. Okay, now see, this is, oh, 1 minute, I have to decide the sign of inequality. I am taking e power. Now e power x is increasing function or decreasing function? If you draw the graph of e power x, then this one increasing. Okay, now increasing, so sign of inequality remains same. Okay, so this is the y. Now we are getting now all possible value of y, e power pi by 4 and e power 3 pi by 4. So range is equals to minimum value is e power pi by 4 and maximum is e power 3 pi by 4. Okay, okay, done. Can I have last for range? Y equals to tan inverse x plus ln x. Okay, y equals to tan inverse x plus ln x. So see, now what do you want range of this one? To find the range, here we have two functions. So first remember one thing, now you can put only those value of x for that function is defined. Okay, here we have tan inverse x and here we have ln x. One thing is clear, this complete function is defined if tan inverse and ln x both are defined. Tan inverse x has no problem. Okay, he is saying that put any value, I am fine. Okay, because domain of tan inverse is minus infinity to plus infinity, put any value of x, this has no problem. Okay, but ln x has some problem. Ln x is only, logarithm is only defined for positive value of x. Okay, so how can I put negative value of x? Okay, na? So here x is greater than 0. Okay, na? Or I can say that I can decide the domain x 0 to infinity, both are same thing. Okay, right, anyway. Now what do you want? Range. Okay, range means minimum value of y to maximum value of y. Okay, and I can't start from inside to outside. Actually now, if there is only one function tan inverse, no, not logarithm, then I can start from x. Okay, but here we have one function plus another function, so how can we start inside to outside? Okay na? For composite function it is okay, root of tan inverse x, e power tan inverse x, also no problem. But what about some of these two? Then we can't start. Then use the derivative maximally. Okay, now first check that this is increasing or decreasing, or neither increasing nor decreasing, by using dy by dx. If you differentiate, derivative of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. Okay, remember at this time we will discuss in MOD, method of differentiation. Okay, so tan inverse x derivative is 1 by 1 plus x square, derivative of ln x is 1 by x. Now here we have that x is greater than 0. If x is greater than 0, it means positive. So this one is positive and this one is always positive. So dy by dx is greater than 0. If dy by dx is greater than 0, so function is increasing. If function is increasing, now easily I can say that you will get minimum value at minimum point and maximum value at end point. Okay na, you will get minimum value at a starting point and maximum value at end point. Increasing function na, so graph is like this one. Okay, minimum value at a starting point, maximum value at end point. So range y belongs to, put a starting point, what we are getting? If you put 0, tan inverse 0 is 0, ln 0 is minus infinity, open interval, so open interval. Okay, now put infinity, tan inverse infinity. Tan inverse infinity is tan inverse infinity pi by 2, and ln infinity is infinity. Add them, what we are getting? Infinity. Okay, so range is minus infinity to plus infinity. It means equals to r. Okay, or y belongs to r. Okay, this is the range. Done. So this is about domain and range. Now next is properties of ITF. Okay, what we have? Properties of ITF. First property, T of T inverse. It means trigonometric of inverse trigonometric function. Okay, sine of sine inverse x, cos of cos inverse x, tan of tan inverse x, cot of cot inverse x, sec of sec inverse x, and cosec of cosec inverse x. Okay, value of these. Now actually these all are like f of f inverse, f of f inverse x, and we know that f of f inverse x is x. Cancel out na. For example, see, sine of sine inverse, put any value of x. To check, put any value of x na. Suppose I am putting 1 by 2. Sine inverse 1 by 2 is pi by 6. Then sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2. So see na, what we are getting? Value is 1 by 2. Sine of sine inverse x is equals to x. Okay. So value of sine inverse x is equals to x. Okay. But actually after this one we have to remember the condition. Here sine inverse x, so function must be defined na. Okay, value is the other thing. First thing, function must be defined. This is the value of sine of theta. This is the value of sine na. Okay, this is the value of sine, and we know that value of sine, it means range of sine is -1 to +1. Sine can give you a value from -1 to +1 na. Okay, it means this x must be lies from -1 to +1. Suppose, can you put 2? Not possible, because value of sine can't be equals to 2. Okay, so this x must be from -1 to +1. And also I have another condition. which is also same minus 1 to plus 1 because of sine inverse. Domain, now you can't put any value of x such that sine inverse is not defined, and sine inverse defined for minus 1 to plus 1. Domain of sine inverse is minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, so sine of sine inverse x is equals to x for all x belongs to minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, so it means if you have sine of sine inverse 1 by 2, then value is 1 by 2. If you have sine of sine inverse 0, then value is 0. If you have sine of sine inverse minus 1 by 2, then value is minus 1 by 2. Sine of sine inverse 2. Okay, now this is not equals to 2. Sine of sine inverse x equals to x only true for minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, now if you are putting any x outside this interval, then this can't be equals to x. Okay, this is only for minus 1 to plus 1. Why this can't be equals to 2? Because this is the value of sine, and sine can't be equals to 2. And second thing, sine inverse is not defined for 2. Sine inverse is defined only for minus 1 to plus 1. Domain of sine inverse na. Okay, so because of that reason, this can't be equals to 2. Okay. Similarly, cos of cos inverse. Again, value of cos is only from minus 1 to plus 1, and domain of cos inverse is minus 1 to plus 1. So this is also equals to x for all x belongs to minus 1 to 1. Okay. Here we have tan inverse x. Domain of tan inverse x is tan to tan inverse cancel out, but domain of tan inverse x is r. Okay, no problem. Now you can put any value, and also range of tan is r. Okay, so this is equals to x for all x belongs to minus infinity to plus infinity. This is also equals to x for all x belongs to minus infinity to plus infinity. Sec inverse x. Domain of sec inverse x is minus infinity to minus 1, after that 1 to infinity. So this is equals to x for all x belongs to minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Okay, and this is also equals to x for all x belongs to minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so this is the property number 1. Easily you can remember. Can I have? Now actually view property number 2, that is most important and you have to remember. Just learn the property number 2. Okay, because this property is also useful to prove in another properties and many of the questions. Okay, so this is like this, and at this time I am not writing, just see that that is sine inverse, property number 2. First one is trigonometry of inverse trigonometry. Now this is T inverse of T. It means inverse trigonometric of trigonometric function. Sine inverse sine x. This one, value of this one. Now this is not equals to x always. Okay. For some interval this is equals to x, but always this is not equals to x, and this is also defined for all x belongs to R, but this is not equals to x always. Okay, why? For example, suppose sine inverse sine pi by 4. Okay, then if I use f inverse of fx equals to x, cancel out, what we are getting? Pi by 4. Correctly, this is equals to pi by 4. Okay, today I am only explaining some part. Again from tomorrow in next class we will repeat this one, property number 2. Okay, so just try to understand. Sine inverse of sine pi by 4, sine inverse to sine cancel out, what we are getting? Pi by 4. Pi by 4. Okay, this is the value of this one, because this is at the end, this is the value of sine inverse. Okay, and sine inverse, range of sine inverse is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So if you are getting any value between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, then okay, I have no problem. Okay, then suppose sine inverse sine 7 pi by 3. Now if you are supposing that in this one also I am doing same thing, sine inverse to sine cancel out, okay, sine inverse to sine cancel out, and we are getting 7 pi by 3. Now this is not equal, because at the end this is the value of sine inverse, okay, this is the value of sine inverse, but range of sine inverse is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, not value of x, value of sine inverse x complete, okay na, y, and this is not in range of sine inverse x, okay na. 7 pi by 3 is not in range of sine inverse x. You can see 7 pi by 3 is greater than pi by 2. So this can't be value of sine inverse. Then how to find the value of this one? Now do another thing as yesterday. See sine inverse. What do you want value of this one? First simplify this one. Then I can write this one as, find the value of sine 7 pi by 3. I can write this one as 2 pi plus pi by 3. This is also equals to sine pi by 3 na, sine 7 pi by 3 na, sine inverse. Sine 2 pi plus pi by 3 is sine pi by 3, okay, sine pi by 3. Now you have two options. First find the value of this one, that is root 3 by 2, then sine inverse root 3 by 2 is pi by 3, or now you can cancel out this one and you are getting pi by 3, okay. So answer of this one is not 7 pi by 3, answer of this one is pi by 3, okay. We are just solving this one now, and sine inverse can take value, can give you a value equals to pi by 3, okay. But sometimes you can't find this one by this method easily, okay. For example, if I am writing that sine inverse sine 5, now can you find? If possible then find out, okay, for you. Here I am saying that we can find but not easily, okay. So I will use another method where 1 is approximately 57 degree, okay na. Actually this is in radian. Pi equals to 180 degree, pi it means 3.14, pi is equals to 180 degree, pi it means 3.14 equals to 180 degree, and 1 is equals to 180 by 3.14, okay. So if you solve this one, then you will get 50 around 57 degree, okay, 57 degrees 17 minutes, like this one, okay. So this 5 is 57 into 5 in degree, okay, if you convert. So can you solve this and can you find value like this method? Actually no, because we didn't know the value of sine 1, sine 2, like this one na, okay. Then any other method? Yes we have, and you have to learn that. So how to find the direct value? Now see, also you can find the direct value of this one. In case of sine inverse sine x, in case of sine inverse sine x, first identify that this x is near to odd multiple of pi or even multiple of pi, okay. First identify that this in sine inverse sine x, x is near to odd multiple of pi, odd multiple of pi or even multiple of pi, even pi, okay. For example this one, 7 pi by 3, 7 pi by 3 is 2 pi plus pi by 3, near to any multiple of pi, it means before pi by 2 to after pi by 2, okay na, before pi by 2 to after pi by 2, okay, before pi by 2 to after pi by 2, like this one. So this is 2 pi plus pi by 3, so greater than 2 pi, but not greater than 2 pi plus pi by 2 na, okay. So I can say that this is near to 2 pi, 2 pi is even multiple of pi, okay, like this one. So what we have to check? First identify that this x is near to even multiple of pi or odd multiple of pi. If x is near to even multiple of pi, if x is near to even multiple of pi, near it means before pi by 2 to after pi by 2, okay. I will take example, just listen. So if x is near to even multiple of pi, then answer is that x minus even multiple of pi, this x minus even multiple of pi, this is the answer, okay. And if x is near to odd multiple of pi, if x is near to odd multiple of pi, then that odd multiple of pi minus x, this is the answer, okay. If you just remember these two formula, if near to even pi then x minus even pi, if near to odd pi then odd pi minus x, okay. automatically you will get correct answer in one line, and that answer is always lies from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 in range of sine inverse. For example, for this one 7 pi by 3, 7 pi by 3 is 2 pi plus pi by 3, 2 pi plus pi by 3 near to 2 pi, 2 pi is even pi, then answer is that x, this is the x na, at this time this is the x, 7 pi by 3 minus that even pi, this is near to 2 pi na, so minus 2 pi, what we are getting, pi by 3, directly we are getting. Okay, so we are getting now suppose if you want for this one, then find the value. Now first identify that this pi, this phi is for this one identify that sine inverse sine x, this x, it means phi is near to pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, like this one. Okay, so here 1 is 57 degree, 1 is 57 degree, then phi is around 300 or 285 degree, 285 degree. Okay, now check that this is near to pi or 2 pi or 3 pi, pi is 180 degree, 180 plus 105, now more than 90 na, 2 pi is 360, so pi is 180, 2 pi is 360, and this is more near to 2 pi, 360. Okay, so this is near to 2 pi, again 2 pi is even, then answer is that x it means 5 minus even multiple of pi. If near to even multiple of pi, then x minus even multiple of pi. If near to odd multiple of pi, then odd pi minus x. Now for example, see fastly, sine inverse of sine 9 pi by, okay, I am taking 11 pi by 4. Now first identify this is near to odd multiple of pi or even multiple of pi. I can write this one, if you want to write this one in terms of 2 pi, then 8 pi plus 3, then you can write 2 pi plus 3 pi by 4. But 3 pi by 4 is not near na. Near it means before pi by 2 to after pi by 2. This is greater than pi by 2. Okay. Then also you can write this one as 12 pi minus pi. So divide with 4. 3 pi minus pi by 4. 3 pi minus pi by 4 is 11 pi by 4 na? Yeah, okay. Now this is less than pi by 2 na, so no problem. So this is near to odd multiple of pi. If near to odd multiple of pi, then answer is that odd multiple of pi minus x. Odd multiple of pi minus x. Then what we are getting? Minus pi by 4. This is the answer for this one. Now see, sine inverse sine 15 pi by 4. Now 15 pi by 4 is near to 4 pi, because this is 4 pi minus pi by 4, so near to 4 pi, 4 pi is even pi, then answer is x, 15 pi by 4 minus that even pi is 4 pi, so what we are getting? Minus, sorry, this one is plus pi by 4 minus pi by 4, 3 pi minus 11 pi by 4 na. Okay, see, suppose sine inverse sine 10 is around 1 is 57 degree, 10 is 570 degree. Now this is near to pi is 180, 2 pi is 360, 3 pi is 540, near to 540, so this is near to 3 pi. Now 3 pi is odd multiple or even multiple of pi? Odd multiple of pi. So this is the answer. Answer is that odd multiple of pi, it means 3 pi minus x. X is 10. Okay. Like this one easily you can find. Okay. So in next lecture we will take property number 2. There is no need to write property number 2 at this time. Again we will take in next lecture. Okay.